Welcome back to another episode of Shit I'm 30 with me, your host, Carla Ramirez. And this week on the show, we've got...
Dexty, hey guys.
She's back with me for an episode.
Little visit.
You know, stopping in real quick. Boop, boop. I haven't shot shits with my friend in a while. So we're going to do some, I would say it's kind of like girl talk, but...
Girl talk based around pop culture, hot topics.
Yeah, like hot topics type thing. It'll be fun. Because it's
stuff
that...
Get me a water.
You want? I did. I got you 3 of them. I got you extra water.
Thanks, friend. Sorry. I'm thirsty.
Right. Is you thirsty? Okay, well, quench your thirst, friend. I haven't been doing much. Oh, I went out. I got really drunk.
Oh yeah, you did.
When was it? Sunday. I wasn't able to take Ayana to school. Literally, I sent her to school in an Uber.
I didn't know it was that
I
bad.
didn't tell you?
No.
Girl, I couldn't get out of bed.
Wow.
I was throwing up so much. Apparently, I ate a whole bagel with cream cheese when I got home, too. I don't remember.
I want one of those right now.
And it was before 11 o'clock that I got home.
Yeah.
So it was a good night.
Yeah, that's good.
Have you been out and drinking?
I went out on Friday night. Yeah, I actually went out Friday and Saturday. So I went to a happy hour with some associates on Friday, and then on Saturday I had dinner with 2 of my friends. We did like magical dining. Well, we were supposed to be doing magical dining.
She told me the next morning because I didn't know she was out.
Girl, we were supposed to be doing magical dining. We went to Crest downtown. It was on the magical dining site. I made the reservation through the magical dining site. We get there, we don't do magical dining.
They didn't have it at all?
They didn't have it at all.
So for those of you that don't live in Florida or Orlando, I think it's just Orlando.
Yeah, it's just Orlando.
So in the month of September, now it's extended to the first week of October, you go to all these fancy restaurants and they have a magical dining, which means they have a menu and you get a entree.
Yeah, 3-course meal.
A 3-course meal for $35.
Yeah. And it's places that are usually like super expensive.
Literally, like it'll be $100 a head if you go.
But so we just stayed anyway and we ate. But the table next to us, there was a sugar daddy or a trick, one of the two. It was an older white man with 2 women. And as soon as we walked in, him and the girls were like trying to like get us to join in on the party. Like, they went to the bathroom for probably like 15, 20 minutes. I think they were powderheads.
Wait, who did?
The girls.
Whoa.
And when the girls were gone, he was like, come sit with me, baby. Come sit over here, patting on the chair.
So were you guys sitting by that bar area?
No, we were, you know how like Crest has like where you can close off the area?
Yes.
Back there.
Oh, y'all were in the ducked off area.
We was ducked off. And then when he got up to leave, he's like, hey, I'm at, I forget the name of the hotel. Room 615 if you guys want to come party.
Embassy, right?
Yeah, Embassy Suites, room 615 if you guys want to come party. We were like, what? As soon as he left, the waiter was like, I'm so sorry. We had to change his waiter earlier because he was hitting on her. Like and then he was like, he comes in at least once a week and behaves like this.
On what days? Because that's when I need to go, okay? Let's see what we can get from this man. Did you get his name?
No, girl. He was...
Was he ugly?
No, he's not the right type of sugar daddy. He actually wants some sugar.
Oh. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, no, he was ready to go. And remember, he already had 2 with him.
How'd they look? How'd the girls look?
They looked like they used drugs.
Yikes.
Like, they didn't look real bad, but like for how he was seeming like he spent, like I would say, no shade. They clothes looked like Charlotte Russe.
Oh.
Their shoes weren't like designer or anything. But this is what I think of when I think of a girl that has a sugar daddy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You need to be out here with the most expensive of everything.
Yeah. Their hair wasn't necessarily done. Their bodies weren't in like the best shape. So I'm just like, and then they, like I said, they was going to the bathroom for like 20 minutes.
What was the
That's
guy,
why I was
white or
like,
black?
he was white. That's why I was like, he might just be a trick. Versus a sugar daddy.
Yeah, and he probably thought it was magical dining and fucked up and it wasn't.
I don't know. They say he come there once a week though.
And Crest is expensive.
It is expensive.
Like I've eaten there before, but I don't pay. So I haven't been in a very long time.
The only other time I ever been was for a work dinner.
Yeah.
So it was free. And we, you know, you go on them corporate dinners.
You can order whatever you want. Actually, I've been once and it's like I got a drink and a calamari. But even that by itself was like, and that's an appetizer, it was like $40.
I also will say, like, the food was just okay to me.
Really?
I like Capital Grill a lot better.
Oh, Capital Grill is really good too.
Capital Grill is so good.
It's really good, but it's really expensive. And Morton's is really good too.
Have I been to? I don't think I've been to Morton's.
The steakhouse. Oh,
no. My coworker took me to Capital Grill for my birthday. Girl, I was like, thank you so much. We did something called Endless Pour.
What is that?
It's an event where you do wine tasting at Capitol Grill. It was so nice.
Is it really endless?
Well, so it's 7 bottles that you taste.
Okay.
And whichever your top 2 that you like, you can have another full glass at the end if you want.
So tastings of 7 and full glass of 2.
Out of the 7,
right.
The ones that you like, yeah. But I was drunk before. Yeah, it was like, because... Yeah, it was so nice.
Wine gets you in like a really nice tipsy,
and we went in the daytime. It was so cool. Like, it was so cool.
Well,
my homeboy.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, so today's shit you should know. Should we do both?
Yeah.
I guess we can do both.
Yeah.
So this just happened recently, and there is a former NFL player, Larry Johnson, that took some digs on Twitter towards Megan Thee Stallion. Do we say Meg Thee Stallion or Megan Thee Stallion? Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's Megan Thee Stallion, but you can call her Meg. Hot girl Meg.
Hot girl Meg. This man decides to go on Twitter, and for no apparent reason, no one called him over. He just decided to use his fingers to say that this is a coincidence. Her mother, who was her manager, died in the month of March 2019, the same month of her quote-unquote breakout. Music industry is filled with the easily corrupt, fatherless children looking for Satan to be the quote-unquote daddy they never had. And then he puts a thing of Meg. So she responds to him and says, just because you found out about me around the time my mother passed does not make what you're saying accurate. I've been grinding for so long and would appreciate if you weirdos on the internet would stop trying to associate my mother having a brain tumor with the fucking devil. Like, what?
That's crazy.
It's insane. So Megan started in 2016 under her mother's management company. And from then she had some breakout songs or whatever. It wasn't as big as now. But why did he even come into this?
Yeah, what even got her on his mind?
Right.
Like, yeah.
So some people started going at him like, you probably just want her, can't get her, probably shot your shot and she didn't respond to you. So he responds to her, who are you trying to persuade, me or your fans? You aren't the only one with the same story in the same industry around the same people who all worship the same goat, het hermaphrodite, soon to be the same symbolism. He's angry. He's really angry. And then he proceeds to talk about how he doesn't want her and starts naming off women that he has been with. So he says, for those of you who think that I was hating on the stallion, Meg the pony, because you think I wanted to sleep with her, don't know my history. I've had better. Julissa, Chili from TLC, Maya, Drea, and a bunch of other distant never minds. Don't DM me.
Why he had to bring these women into? Wait, so he's saying she worshiping the devil,
right?
And sacrificed her mom. That's right. Why he's a lot. Like he's doing a lot.
So much.
I think his medication.
So I started doing a little bit of research onto it, and people are saying that he has a serious case of CTE. So he is a former NFL player,
okay.
And these mood swings and going on, and I can see how that could be it. And if you look through other tweets of his, he talks about Satan and worshiping in these angry moods. So I just might have happened that the other day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pray for him.
Yeah, a lot of prayers. So he might be as bad as Aaron.
He's on. Yeah,
or he might need to be on something.
Yeah.
Do they have medication for people on CTE?
I don't know.
I don't know. I might need to watch that movie.
I don't know. I've never watched the movie. I don't know enough about it. But
you didn't. So there's
I don't think this necessarily has something to do with Megan. I think it's more about him.
Right, so I figured
whatever's going on after being hit in the head
so many times.
Yeah.
I don't think Megan needs to respond to him anymore, or for anyone to put any light onto it. Like, if you don't feed it, it can't grow.
Yeah, no, he tripping.
Right, tripping, and I'm sure he probably do want to fuck. Because Megan is bad.
She is. I love Megan Thee Stallion.
So I know you've been listening to her music for a long time.
Yes, I love her.
I'm late to everything. I'm late to every music party. Every music party I'm late. But now I watch her and I'm like, I love her style. Whoever her team is grooming her perfectly.
Yeah, I love her. She seems so
super down to earth.
Yes.
And she's in school.
Exactly. So would you drive the boat if you met Megan Thee Stallion?
Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. We're going on this driving boat trip. Whatever the fuck, we gotta pour it up in my mouth. All of it.
I would probably choke.
You would what?
Probably choke. I hate taking shots that way when they just pour it down your throat.
If Megan says drive the boat, you gonna open up.
I'll clean the boat, Megan.
I'm gonna drive it with her. I would love to drive the boat with her. Yeah. One of these days, maybe I'll see her and I'll be like,
I love her.
I'll do it. So The next one, again, just say your prayers out for Larry Johnson. He's having some issues, and hopefully it doesn't get any worse, because that's got to suck for him and his family. So Mac Miller's death, that was a huge thing for the community. And it comes out that the drug dealer that sold him the drugs was arrested. And it's a huge thing because, so he meant to buy cocaine, oxycodone, and some other drugs, but this specific drug dealer gave him pills that are laced with fentanyl.
Wow.
Fentanyl is what we know killed Michael Jackson of an overdose. Prince has died from accidental overdoses. And that's just something with the opioids epidemic that's going on right now. Fentanyl is huge. It gets you really high really fast, and you don't need much of it. So drug dealers are lacing them, and this is an example of they're trying to hold these drug dealers accountable for not selling what they're supposed to be selling, specifically if they're already giving out prescription pills. You know, they're already a controlled substance that is out here, and then you're also lacing it on top. So he ended up dying of an overdose of fentanyl and cocaine put together.
Could the drug dealer even have known, though, that the pill was laced with fentanyl?
Absolutely.
Oh,
so
really?
apparently the next morning he sends a message over to a friend and says, I'm going to be in jail for the rest of my life.
Oh.
So there's a lot of things that are coming out at this point. But even if he didn't, there's no way you didn't know. But there could be a way that you didn't know. But still, you're selling them. We know that if you're a drug addict, you're killing yourself. You know? So I don't think drug dealers have ever been held accountable for the death of anyone.
Yeah, no, I think it depends. Like, I know in some cases, like, when you are selling a pill, like, you didn't make the pill, right? So you don't know what your supplier had in the pill. I feel like it's like he definitely should be arrested for at least selling drugs, right? But which is a crime. But as far as like being charged with anything else, I think it depends on what they find out he knew about what he was selling, because like that might not have been his intent if he didn't know what was in it.
Right. And Mac Miller talked a lot about substance abuse and, you know, addiction that he was going through. The guy sold him on September 5th blue pills, which were supposed to be oxycodone. Right. So he is under the impression that's what he had. Yeah. And he knew, I guess, what he could mix as oxycodone with his cocaine or whatever the mix, he had it down packed. Yeah. But when you add the fentanyl into it, it was over, and that's when we lost him. Yeah. But if anyone's out there thinking about being a drug dealer, be careful. Make the pills yourself. Make the drugs yourself, because they'll probably use this to hold other people accountable. Yeah. That sucks.
But I'm just say this.
What?
They need to also hold, just like they hold in these low-level drug dealers who more often than not or are minorities, they need to hold these pharmaceutical companies accountable who knew that a lot of the pills that they were putting out there in the market could cause like addiction and things like that. Like there's huge legal cases going on right now about stuff like that, and a lot of times these companies are getting away with it or getting like a very little fine.
Pharmaceutical companies are the biggest drug distributors. So there needs
to be more serious consequences for them as well.
But I feel like the drug companies run this government.
They do, and they shouldn't.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting how they do it. And it's sad, and we have to be very careful. Like, I even talk on here all the time about my anxiety. And Ativan, it was first Xanax, what I was being prescribed, and I didn't like it. It was only 0.25 milligrams. Very, very low, because they knew I didn't like medication. And I didn't like that one. I'm like, it makes me feel funny. They give me Ativan, and although Ativan doesn't make me feel as high as Xanax did, I still don't feel right, and it's very, very addictive. The same thing with Adderall. Right. You know, for me to be able to deal with my ADHD, I can't take that every day. My heart starts racing. Like, that is literally cocaine. Yeah. So unless I need to get something done and I can't focus, I'll take it. But I'll break 1 into 4 and take a quarter of it. And then it's like, I can't take it for another couple of days because you can't sleep. Your heart's racing. It's so addictive. And I've never felt addicted to it because I don't take them. But can you imagine if I take them every single day? And my doctor they released me from the office because they wanted to prescribe me Adderall, but I had to take it every single day. That you have to take it every day, and if you didn't want to take it every day, they weren't going to prescribe me anymore. They wanted to check my blood and make sure it was in my system, and I'm like, you guys are really drugging me. Yeah. Like, fuck out of here. I'm not taking this shit every day. There's no way. Yeah. So those drug companies, that's how they make their money. How doctors stay in business, too. Like, ridiculous. It really is. So before we go into our girl talk and some questions and, you know, chit chat that we're going to have, I wanted to say thank you to everyone that has taken the time to rate and review the show. And I wanted to read one of them out before we start with the show because D4374 left a review a couple days ago. She says, pleasantly surprised. I learned about this podcast from the Wind podcast where Carla was interviewed. Shout out to both podcasts. Yes, the Wind was so much fun to interview with them in New York. I'm really enjoying the episodes thus far with Carla and Dex. I feel like I'm chilling with my girls drinking wine. And I thought this was funny.
She's starting from the beginning.
So that you were going to be here today and she just wrote this review funny. And I'm like, Dex is about to be here. Let me read this one. So a lot of you guys that are new, welcome to the show. And I know that they literally will go back to the beginning.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Really?
When I find a new podcast. Yeah.
I don't do that. I go to the latest. Well, I guess I'm listening to it from with a different ear also when I'm listening to podcasts. This hair's getting on my nerves. So Dex is back. So whenever you get past like a bunch of other episodes with other people, then you're going to find that she's here today and we read your review. So thank you again for leaving that. And if you have an iPhone, you have iTunes on your computer, an iPad, an iPod, anything that you have, because you can do it on a PC, go ahead and go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and just rate and review the show. And it really does help us a lot to go into that. So a little talk with my friend here. Question. This is something that came out. Should we do? Let's do the husband one first because I thought that one was cool.
Yeah. So did we say what we was talking about today?
We were just gonna have some girl talk.
But did we tell them that? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me let you do your thing.
We did. You did actually.
Let me let you do your thing. Okay.
It was actually you who did it.
My bad. We just shooting the shit today, y'all.
Literally. Yeah. Because there was a report. According to a report, it says that men with wives with low libido are paying their wives as an incentive to want to have sex with them. So
I think this is so cute.
Would you be okay getting paid by your husband? And then I also included there like husband/life partner, someone you've been with for many years. Maybe you have a family, a home, and kids. Because not everyone wants to get married. Yeah. So that your person, would you be okay getting paid by them for sex?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, I would feel incentivized.
Yeah. You'll feel the incentive.
Yeah. I love when my boyfriend pays me for sex.
Wait, he does it now?
Yes, we do like stripper. We role play stripper.
I don't know how to. So when I thought about it, I said maybe role playing. Wait, do you keep the money?
Yes, I keep the money.
Oh, yes. Damn. Okay, I need to make some phone calls. Okay, this clip right here, I'm gonna cut out and send to Bay. I'd be like, "Listen, what my friend be doing. I'm like, we need to get on. It's the program.
So much fun.
So, how much money do you get?
It all depends, but it just be like dollar bills and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all depends. But
so, at first, I'm like, well, I get it how it can be an incentive, and it is. If we have to pay attention to the words, it's for women with low libido.
Oh,
so your shit ain't low,
but my libido increases for sure. I'm sure.
Every time you see the green, you're like, ooh, it's wet. No, like these women do have low libido, so it really is an incentive for them to like want to have sex with them. And if you're married, it's all going to one account.
I don't know. Likely. Do you think they like just don't like having sex with them though? Because it sounds like this is like an actual arrangement. It's not just like a cute little thing, right? It sounds like it's like, hey, I'm going to pay you to have sex with me on these days. It sounds like they don't really want to do it.
I don't want just a couple dollars. Like if I don't want to have sex and my libido is low, but if you bring me $20, it's not going to incentivize me to want to fucking open up. The thing is,
so like this is your husband or boyfriend.
Right.
I don't know.
So maybe you have low libido, so you probably only want to have sex like once or twice a month. And they want it more often. So they're like, well, today I'm going to give you X amount. I need at least like 1,000.
I wonder if they are enjoying the sex. Like, I don't know.
Well, the
something
money
about this makes me think they don't want it. They don't want the sex.
The money makes you want it. Or makes them want it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you don't like somebody, the money could have you do it, but not necessarily make you want it.
Right. No, it's true. I don't think I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, I would have been so pussy by now.
I want to talk to somebody who has this arrangement and see like what the deal is. Like, what's the real tea?
I don't see anything wrong with it. It's your husband.
There's definitely nothing wrong with it.
It's going to the same account, most likely, you know.
It's only something wrong with it if that's what you need to really do to be able to want to have sex with your partner.
That's what's going on here, friend.
I feel like that is something wrong with it then.
I mean, he's trying to get something. He's not trying to step out. So he's like, let me just leave the money in the family and get this pussy. Because he's going to be paying somebody else for it anyway.
Maybe he should go to like a sex therapist.
Definitely. They definitely need to go to sex therapy.
And maybe he needs to eat the pussy right. Like, that's probably a big part of it.
Probably.
Yeah.
You got to eat. You got to stay down there and eat it good before you even start. There's nothing worse than a man just trying to have sex with you before getting it ready.
Girl. Or the ones who just want to do a quick spit. If you don't get your ass out of here. If you don't get your ass out of here.
Okay, it's ready. No,
it don't work like that.
Oh my God, really weird. Should I say this? Okay.
Yes, absolutely then. Absolutely, you should say it.
Because there's something really weird I saw on Pornhub. So Bay didn't come last week, and so I'm like, damn, I've actually been craving sex, and I haven't really like craved sex in years. And it's like, it's kind of cool, but kind of sucks because it is long distance. So, and maybe I think I'm craving it because it's not an everyday thing.
Yeah.
So that might be something that helps with it. So I'm like, I'm going to watch porn, and I'm just going to use my vibrator. Because I haven't wanted to use my vibrator either. And I find this weird porn, and it's like cuckolding. You know,
that's like, when you watch somebody else have sex with your wife,
right?
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know why I just put it on. I'm like, let me see. So they're talking shit. This black guy and a white girl, and then the husband is white, of course. But the girl gets naked, and he's about to they put the camera on her vagina, and her clit was so big, it was like this, like my thumb, coming out. Okay. And I was so confused. I was like, I've never, not even in porn have I seen that before.
I haven't seen a lot of vaginas because I probably can count on one hand how many times I watch porn.
Really? I watch porn all the time.
I don't. Not that I think there's nothing wrong with it.
It takes 2 seconds though for me. I
never
literally
really
just gotta turn it on.
Yeah.
Fast forward to where it's getting down.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is disgusting. Like, close this shit out. I get so mad. I delete the history. I'm like, why am I watching this?
You feel dirty afterwards?
The second you nut, it's disgusting. Even the sex looks gross on the phone. Like, as I'm getting it down, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, oh, this is great. It looks so gross. It don't look gross while you're doing it. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's disgusting afterwards. Mm. But anyways, if you have low libido, get your husband to pay you for sex, and maybe it might increase.
Yeah, I guess it's something to try.
Yeah. If not, go to therapy.
Yeah.
So another one is this is a Twitter topic actually. If your partner has a female friend, is it okay for him to help her with a bill here and there?
Hell no.
They're friends.
So?
No.
Absolutely not.
Ever?
Absolutely not. She better call her homegirls.
So I did this. It was actually an ex of mine who needed some money recently too, and I was still dealing with my ex, and he needed $2,000, and I let him borrow it.
Oh, girl!
And I told him about it.
You told your man about it?
Yeah.
Oh, girl!
I said I'm letting him borrow some money. I know he's gonna pay me back by this date or whatever with interest, and I did it. Now when I think about it, that was probably wrong because it was my ex.
Yeah, no, that's no.
Was it wrong?
No, it is wrong. So, okay, let me just step back. I'm coming from the mindset of like, I don't let people borrow money at all.
Right,
I give it to you. You know what I mean? I basically give it to you unless it's like a really big amount. But when I put it in your hand, in my head, it's okay if I don't get this back. Right. You know what I mean? But like, no.
I don't know how. Well, I don't know how. I do know.
I'm also not comfortable borrowing money.
I don't like to borrow money. I can't tell you last time. Anytime I've ever gotten money, it's been from one of my niggas.
It's right. Or a nigga I know want to fuck me. That's why it's like, hell no, she can't ask you for no money because she asked you because she know that you want to fuck, nigga.
I know that my guy has helped a few people with bills.
Right, and they sucked his dick.
I don't know.
You better believe it, friend.
I'm gonna have to talk about this. I'm gonna have to have this conversation with him. I don't know. Girl, I don't think I feel comfortable with it.
No,
not with your bills. Like, I let him borrow this. It was a moment that I knew he needed it.
Said?
Huh?
What your man said?
Well, see, the dynamic of that relationship.
Yeah, you
couldn't
said,
tell me
nigga,
shit.
I'm doing this
right.
shit.
Basically, I came in. I said
he had a problem with it.
I'm sure.
Yeah. See, no,
I couldn't tell you. He wasn't gonna tell me.
I would love for you to do a poll on this on Instagram because I want to see. No, hell no.
Okay, I'm gonna do a poll on it.
Hell no.
Yeah, the dynamic of my last one, it was pretty much I'll tell you what I'm doing and deal with it.
Yeah, no.
And I can't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No. The only niggas I could ever see myself being comfortable asking for money are niggas that I know want to fuck me.
Yeah. And they're gonna give it to you,
right? Exactly.
Because with the hope and intent that they will get to
they
fuck.
doing it because they think, girl, no, this is a flat out no.
It is. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it.
Right? Okay. Can you imagine somebody nigga giving you money?
It's happened.
And you like, yeah, bitch, your nigga gave me money. Like,
right.
no.
Like, no. It's disrespectful.
Hell no.
It's like she needs to go find a nigga that want to give her money, not you. And I understand friendships. I don't know. I'm trying to be open-minded to like a man being able to have a female friend.
You can have a female friend. You absolutely can have a female friend. I mean, even if it was a male, like I kind of feel some kind of way about just letting people borrow money in general. You know what I mean? Like you can help people out, but like
my ex used to let his friends borrow money, like dudes.
You can help people out, but you don't want to be I need to be around I need to borrow some ass motherfucker a lot anyway. Like those are not like good friends to have. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah, it's okay to help your friends out every now and then, but if you
yeah, no,
maybe invest in my business type friends, but
and I give you back money.
That bitch better go ask him in.
Clearly,
or sell some $40 pussy.
What is the deal with this $40 pussy ever since?
No, ma'am. No. Absolutely no. Let me text my boo and let him know that this is not allowed.
This is not allowed. You know, I'm going to have this conversation later on. So did you watch the clip on the Kardashians where Corey, Chris's boyfriend, talks about whooping the little girl's ass if she scratches him or like hurts him or puts hands on him?
Yeah. So the backstory to that is they had another nanny quit because the girl Penelope scratched the lady in the face. But apparently from the way it sounded, they've gone through a few nannies because of this baby's behavior.
Yikes.
And Corey was like, I would have whooped her ass if she scratched me in the face. And Scott went crazy.
You're gonna whoop my daughter?
No. He said you would beat my daughter's ass. He changed it to beat.
I have the clip.
He changed it to beat.
Let me see if it'll play right here.
Penelope's ass if she scratched you? I would give her a spanking for sure. My daughter? What are you talking about? Scratch me in my face. My daughter's ass if she touched you? No, scratch me. She scratched? A little 6-year-old girl? Hit her to hurt her, but you just said I would whoop her ass. For me, no, I'll whoop your ass.
I love that.
How much love do I give your kids? If your kids scratch me in the face, you don't think they deserve to be popped? Not at all. I'm sorry, Corey. They should have at all. But they need to be disciplined. You're getting very angry, Corey. No, you just got very angry. You just said you would beat my daughter. I don't feel like I want to hit my children. Not hit. Y'all make it seem like I said do something like harmful. If I was going to harm a kid. That is harmful. You said I would whoop her ass if she scratched. That's how anybody talks about disciplining a kid. Whip their ass.
That's a black person talking to some white people.
Yes, and I felt like that was such a cultural,
of course,
like disconnect there, 110%.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't. Do you whoop Michaela's ass? Do you do whoopings?
I haven't really needed to. I probably have like whooped her. I can probably count on one hand.
Oh well, I need your hands, my hands, the whole neighborhood hands for how many times I whooped Ayana's ass. I understand there's parents that live by the rule like don't put hands on your children, sit and talk to them. That is not how I grew up. I also don't believe in like whooping them down to the ground without talking to them about it. It's like you talk to them a few times, but sometimes kids need to be popped. Mm-hmm. And by pop, we don't mean like you're going to knock their teeth out and leave a mark. It's just like sit your ass, like stop putting hands on people.
Yeah, exactly. But like as a black person, you would have understood that that's not what he meant. Like I'm gonna actually
literally
beat the shit out of your kids. Like
they made it. First of all, I got really upset when he said you're getting very angry right now, trying to put out the narrative of an angry black man.
Yeah, when you popped off on me first.
Right. It's like y'all sit here and love the culture and want to be around black folks all the time, but now it's like, oh, you're the angry black man. You sound very angry. First of all, I thought that was a bullshit move.
No, he backed down because he said, "I'll whoop your ass, Scott." That's when he was like, "Oh, we're getting back together. We're not angry here."
Okay, we're just having a conversation. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then Courtney's like, "It's not okay."
But Courtney had just got done saying how there's nothing that she could take away from Penelope to make her behave. So they've tried like yeah, exactly. Penelope needs a whooping.
Yeah, words aren't working. Yeah, you know,
and taking away like privileges aren't working either. Penelope needs a whooping.
Right, that's when I take Ayana's phone away. The TV's gone, the computer's gone, and the motherfucker's still doing whatever I told her not to do. That's when she gets the whooping. You know, and it's like, get it together, and then she's just like, you know, whatever it is. But that was a very big disconnect, and I thought it was funny because it's a play on words, just like the guy that was arrested and they arrested him or whatever at Home Depot. Yes. So recently there was a man at Home Depot that went in and he told everyone to not go in there because, quote unquote, I'm gonna blow this place up.
He said he was in the bathroom at the Home Depot and he said, I'm about to blow this place up.
Right. Walked in the bathroom. He walked in at the Home Depot and he was in the middle of buying a fan and, you know, some 2x4s, and all of a sudden the stomach hit. It was bubbling, and he's like, you know, this shit is about to be bad. So he gave everybody a warning, and the white folks that were around didn't understand what blow this place up meant. So they called the police, and this whole big thing happened, thinking that he was about to literally blow the place up. But no, he was just gonna take a shit. You know, I'm gonna whoop your kid's ass means I'm gonna pop them. I'm gonna blow this bitch up is I'm going to take a very mighty big shit, and it's going to smell. Stay away for a little while, you know? That's all that it means. But again, it's a disconnect in cultures that we have to realize that.
So funny.
It's not the same. You know, listen to the context and what things are being said. And I agree that some kids just really do need a whooping.
Yeah. Sound like Penelope need one.
Penelope need a few. Penelope need to be put in timeout and not be able to move or speak. There was another one. Did you see? I talked about this. The H&M.
The ad.
With the ad. Yeah. What'd you think about that?
So, when I first saw it, right, I only saw the little black girl. Her hair wasn't done. I was like, this is just a matter of like the people who worked on the set not knowing what to do with like a little black girl's hair. But it's very important for us to like try to get more details before we go off with this outrage, because it turns out the whole ad was kids with their hair undone. Right. It was like, you know, just being like in your natural state. And so when you see it with everything else, you're like, oh, this wasn't just, you know, targeted for a little black girl. They didn't know what to do with her hair. Nobody's hair was done. So it's just like, I think it was a matter of like, you know, taking a step back, trying not to be as sensitive, and like really trying to understand the full situation before you come to a conclusion.
Right. So I saw the rest of the other little girls. It was like a redhead, little white redhead. The Hispanic girl looked pretty Indian because her hair was like, it wasn't like curly, it was like wavy. A white Asian, the black. It was 4 little girls. The other ones, the hair were disheveled too, but they were like, I get what they were going at it. And when I saw the backlash towards H&M, again, it was, I think, the loud minority of social media who's quick to go into it like, this is a fucking issue, when it really, you're not sure yet. You're just looking at a small scope of it and just a screenshot or a clip of what it is. Yeah. There were other little girls. H&M said that they usually have all these kids come up. They were coming after school. Like, whatever they look like, that's what they were going to shoot them in.
Lord knows they come home from school looking like that.
If you have kids, you send these kids looking like ready for a runway show. And they come home like they were playing with pigs. Yes. Disgusting. Ayana's hair literally like would be gross coming home. So I get it, but I also felt like anybody who at first had an issue and said her hair, why would they have her hair so ugly, has an issue with themselves.
Yeah, that's your natural hair.
Yeah, there were people talking about Gabby Douglas about her hair at one point in time. That's how her hair grows out of her head. There's nothing she can do about it. Yeah. And we're so used to this standard of beauty now that even people of color like ourselves are out here saying that's not beautiful. Yeah. You need to have her edges laid. She's a little girl. Right. Yeah. She just got home from school, just like everybody else. The other girl's edges aren't like hers. Yeah. She has 4C hair. So why are we sitting here making a big fucking deal out of it without looking at the big context of it, and now looking at this little girl thinking, is my hair not pretty enough? Right. She felt fine after school. The other girls didn't think anything of her hair. We're putting that narrative as adults that hair is not good. Yeah, that's true. I saw Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales goes like a little overboard sometimes. Like, I love her and I like listening to her, but sometimes it's just like, girl, I love come Amanda. On.
I can see how she rubs people the wrong way though. I can say the same thing about you, friend.
Oh, of course. We are extremely opinionated, and it's fine. Like, I'm sure when they listen to me, throw their heads all the way back, like almost breaking their necks every time. So when she goes into these tangents, She went on this one. She's like, you know, it could be in its natural state, but they can still sleek it up and do it. But that wasn't the point of the photo shoot, you know?
She definitely came back and corrected that, though. Did you see it?
No.
She also was not aware that the full ad was about the kids being, like, undone and in their natural state.
Well, she went
and
on the
came
reel
back
and talked
she
about it.
corrected herself. Oh.
Yeah.
She corrected herself in her stories.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah, so I saw it from the reel. And she's like, you know, when I say that I want to go natural in a photo shoot, it doesn't mean no makeup. It just means I don't want, you know, drag queen stuff. But I think they're kids, and we need to be very careful of the narrative we as adults are putting out there, because that's what we're feeding these kids. I saw a video, and we see them all the time, as a little black boy and a little white boy, probably a year old. I don't even think they were 2, and like running to each other and playing and chasing each other. And it's just, again, it reminds you that racism, it's something that's learned and taught. You know, we're not born that way. White kids don't think black skin is dirty.
Right.
You know, it's taught to them. And they might be curious, because I think I've told the story before when I went to Spain, and my friend was working there in Galicia, and they're very white, blue-eyed white. They speak their own dialect of Spanish. And the kids at the school kept touching my hair. My hair was dark and curly, and they were touching it. They've never seen it, and they asked to touch my skin. They thought that the color would come off. So they had never seen anything like me. But here in America, they see the shit.
Right.
Everywhere. So it's a little bit different. So I get the curiosity of, like, why is my skin this color and yours is that color? But it's just like, oh, we're just different races. And we can teach them that and to still love it, instead of making them feel like they're superior or that the blacks are inferior. So that shit was pretty. Yeah. Shitty, yeah. I think that H&M, I really think they were trying to test us.
I mean, I feel like H&M is like kind of in hot water anyway, so they just have to be really careful about whatever they do.
Right, and for the people that also compared the monkey one to this, there's no comparison.
No, it's very different.
Like, I'm like, that's got one has nothing to do with the other at all. So, going on to our next segment, which is unsolicited advice.
Ew.
That's my favorite. I just like telling people what to do and shit. Yeah, like, this is what you should do, and listen to me. But before we go into it, if you have a situation that you want us to talk about on the show, give your advice, because it's great advice, guys. Like, you can't beat the advice you get at Shit I'm 30. Send an email to shitam30podcast@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and read yours next and your story. You can DM it, but with DMs, it's only so long that you can send, and I get too many DMs, I lose them. Maybe in the podcast, the Shit I'm 30 podcast one, but I'll probably tell you copy and paste it to an email so I can read it. It's just, it's easier for me. So, ready for my opinion? You ready, friend?
Ready.
Okay. I don't know if I proofread this. My fiance and I first got together one summer a few years ago through mutual friends. That September, it was the last summer. That September, I started a new job, and we gave long distance a try. Fast forward a few months later, and I found out I was pregnant, and I couldn't go through with an abortion. So I quit my job because we loved each other, and we have been through some shit. He was supportive. He was super supportive. He went to all the appointments with me. He got himself a really good job, and we got an apartment together. I wonder why she felt the need to say that. Isn't that what he's supposed to do?
Right, that's true.
Are we applauding him for doing the bare minimum?
Right, that's true.
Okay. Once my baby was born, he was amazing, and still amazing with our child, who is now 1. Last year, he proposed, and I said yes. I know everything has moved really fast over the last year. Baby, moved in, and now engaged, but now I honestly feel so trapped. He pays for rent, bills, and all of our food since I went back to school full-time and can't work, and I use my student grants to pay for childcare and travel. Truthfully, if it wasn't for our child, we wouldn't be together, and I know he knows that. We now argue on a weekly basis, and this always comes up. We no longer have much in common since meeting, since we have both changed so much. We haven't, in a year? We haven't had sex in over a year because I can't get wet and it hurts. And my doctor says it is probably because of my hormones, and it will go back to normal. So now, basically, I'm finding myself thinking about my ex regularly. We do message on social media, and I miss him so much, and I'm starting to always think about the sex we would have together. But things with him will never work out, though, because I now have a baby, and he lives pretty damn far. I hate myself for letting him slip away. I feel trapped in this home because I can't afford my own place, childcare, and our food. My mom and dad don't live by me, and they don't have room for us. My fiance said it's okay. He will sleep on the couch if that's what I want. I feel like I have to pretend like everything is fine. And now I'm starting to think that cheating will be my best option.
Ooh.
I'm so scared of my baby living in a broken home and his childhood destroyed. No one in my family has ever split up before, and I would be mortified as they all doubted us when I got pregnant. Do I call it off? Do I stick it out? or do I cheat? There's so much to this letter.
There is.
She needs therapy. Start with that.
Yeah. So do she call it off? Do she stick it out, or do she cheat?
I think you need to take a long, hard look as to why it is that you don't want to be there anymore and why you even decided to have this baby with this man. Because she talks about how much they love each other, how supportive he is. He seems like a great guy and very supportive from what she says herself. But I'm seeing some things here, like when she says the broken home, people doubted them. So it's like, did you go hard at first because you didn't want to fail? I feel like you're worrying too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford to live on your own, you might need to stop school for a minute.
Yeah.
And go get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going to have to sleep less and work a part-time job or do a side hustle. Like if you know how to braid hair or if you know how to do nails or whatever it is to make extra income to be able to move out and give yourself 6 months to a year and tell your fiance, you know, thank you. Because at the end of the day, he's going to take care of you and your son. You know, he's still a baby. But figure out what it is. And then I also see the whole situation with the ex. And it looks like she's just trying to see if the grass is greener on the other side. And it's not.
She's just remembering like the last good thing that she had. I think that it's definitely not cheating. I think so. She hasn't mentioned anything about like actually trying in the relationship to make it work and to see what's wrong. So I say like you give the relationship like a fair try. You let him know how you feel. You guys do whatever you need to do to try to work on it. And if it doesn't work, then you need to move on.
It's really hard to have a relationship go after you have a kid.
Yeah.
Like this baby now.
That's why she needs to like give it a real try first, right? Like go to therapy or like let him know how she's really
schedule
feeling.
Date nights.
Yeah, let him know what she needs. Like, yeah. And I mean, it might also be a little bit of like, I mean, I know it's been a minute, but she could be having, what is it called? Postpartum. Postpartum, right. PTSD. Like, you're not horny, like you feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you need to give it a fair shot, right? And then if it don't work out, then you need to leave him. You need to
could be something
get yourself together, like financially and leave him. Because that's not fair to him either.
It's not. He seems like he wants to at least try with you.
Right.
So try with him. And it could be something medically. After I had Ayana, we didn't know what it was. It ended up being cancer. So God forbid it's not, like, knock on wood. But it could be something medically that you need to figure out. And your hormones could still be out of fucking whack.
Right.
Like there's so many changes to your body after you have a kid. Just take it a second. What is cheating gonna do? You don't want to have sex with him.
You don't want to cheat. That's gonna make your life worse.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna find out and your ass is broke.
Yeah. Don't cheat.
He's gonna kick you out, and where are you gonna go?
Right.
Your ex is not going to take you in with a baby.
And if it's really important for her child to not come from a broken home, like that might happen, but you don't want that to happen because you cheated. You know what I mean? You want that to happen because if that happens, you want it to be after you gave it a real try. You gave it everything that you could, and it just wasn't there for you and the child's father.
I decided that when I left Ayana's dad, it's better for her to have two healthy homes than live in a broken one. And you're sitting here saying, you know, I would be mortified if my child is from a broken home. Your home right now is broken. But you're
considering cheating. Yeah.
But the home right now inside
it's already broken.
It's in shambles. You know, so this is what your baby is looking at. Your baby's learning that the daddy sleeps on the couch.
Yeah.
And mom in the room, and they don't speak. And that's not what a relationship is or what love is. And that's what you would be teaching your kid.
Yeah.
So it's better off to just get yourself a 1 year plan. Give it a shot first, like you said.
Yeah.
Definitely give it. I gave it a shot. I remember my last try with Alex was Vegas. We went to Vegas, and it was supposed to like rekindle us. I think I was like 24. It was awful, bitch. I literally left him in the room so I can go find old white men that would give me chips and teach me how to fucking gamble.
Wow.
It was so like, and I really tried. But then it was like he wanted to be in bed by 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're supposed to be going out and doing things. So that's when I knew. I'm like, okay,
right.
We tried. This is over. Keep it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, but definitely give it a try. So, going into
dun, 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 dun.
shit talk. Did you have a shit talk?
I do have a shit talk.
Okay, I want to hear shit talk.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. So my shit talk today is I have two.
Okay.
One is for my friend Kyla. She did not let me know that we would be recording video today. And so I don't have on brows. And so I'm very upset with her. So fuck Carla and her not setting proper expectations about recording.
My friend is beautiful, guys. She doesn't even need
I got
eyebrows.
brows on. That's my first shit talk.
I was like, fuck what I do.
Yeah, exactly. My second shit talk is for people who like reach out to somebody for like a business or any type of service they're offering, and you ask a bunch of questions. And then they answer those questions for you, and you just like never follow up with them, letting them know like, no, I don't want it, or this doesn't work for me for this reason, or like just give the person some sort of closure. I'm trying to get a renter for my property, and I get like so many phone calls and so many messages every day, and I'm answering the same questions over and over again, and then there's just like no follow-up. So I have no way of knowing if it's like, have a price to rent too high, is the application fee too high, like, you know what I mean, like,
right.
Or like, is this person still interested? Because I don't want to just be collecting application fees. Like for me, when I was applying for places, it's hard for me to put out like $100 and apply for a place. So right. I'm only taking one at a time, right? But it's like, I don't want to tell this person yes in their application when I know this person is interested. So it's just like, just follow up with the people, especially when you know it's like a one-person business owner. Like I tried a new fitness center yesterday, and I really did like it, but things changed, so I'm going to go back to what I was doing before. So I'm going to give them a Yelp review and like say it was good and stuff, but I'm also going to let them know this is the reason that I'm not coming back now. You know right. what I mean? Like, especially when you know, like I said, it's a small business, right? And it's just like that, those one or two people. It's really helpful for them to like know things that they can improve, or know like why you decided to go another route and stuff. Right. Just like that, damn, people just follow up.
And it's really not that hard. And
no, it's not.
And it's why Yelp is so, and I love Yelp, but also the big companies that I worked for pay companies to leave Yelp reviews. Oh. So the last company I worked for, we had a $10,000 monthly budget for Yelp reviews.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So kind of look for the reviews that seem authentic, and don't look like.
I kind of have a Yelp review addiction now.
Do you? Like,
I be reviewing everything.
You get invited to places, right?
I did when I just went to Colombia, I did a TripAdvisor review, and they gave me free dessert. Yeah, because I was like, the service was so good here, I'm gonna leave you guys a review. And I was like, oh, they don't have Yelp here. And they was like, oh no, we work off like TripAdvisor like a lot. They was like, yeah, please. And so I did the posting. They have to like approve it, but I like showed them what I did, and they were like, we're gonna give you guys dessert. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. But yeah, I'm
about to leave reviews everywhere and tell them, because I like dessert. Yeah. See how many free desserts I can get in a week. No, but with Yelp here, Carla does it a lot. She takes pictures of all her food and posts it and leaves that review. And you become like a higher ranked Yelp reviewer person. And then when there's a new restaurant, they invite you to come. Yeah. So you can review about it because you have a higher ranking within Yelp. Yeah. But you just have to be careful because there are a lot of big companies that spend a lot of money for those reviews. And Google reviews as well.
All right. Yeah. So I guess that was more of a rant because I'm kind of frustrated.
Well, honey, you can make a business off collecting fucking application fees.
I know, and like I don't want to do that, but damn,
that's probably why they do it. Yeah. So it's like you have to be serious about wanting something like this before, because I know those apartment complexes make a shit ton of money. Right. They make so much money.
Just saw people applying
$50, $100. Right. Every time.
I would hate for you to take whatever you charge me for the application fee when you basically have somebody that is already like a prime candidate or whatever, right. And like no. Yeah,
that sucks. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you're doing all your business stuff. You're gonna be so rich. I have all these rich friends. So my shit talk comes from something that I saw. It was a video that I saw on social media, and I have heard of these women, and you asked me if I knew one to bring on, and I said I don't fuck with them bitches. So this is going to be for a very select group of women, and I feel like as a woman I should say something. So last year around the holiday times, I talked about the fact that holidays are coming up, and if you have a child with a man and you guys aren't together, or you're still in love with him, or he now has a new girlfriend and you're upset about it, this is not the time, first of all, to say I want my baby on Christmas. If the dad doesn't see them often and they want to see them on Christmas, or they want to have them for New Year's, your child does not care when they get their gifts. No. They don't care if they get it on the 26th, 27th, 28th, or on the 24th or 20th. They don't give a fuck as long as they get that shiny, pretty little bike. You know, it doesn't matter to them, and they probably won't even remember it. So the fact that you're like, I need to have my baby with me on Christmas, you don't. I get it. It's nice to wake up with them. But if the father wants to be involved in the life and it's like they have that weekend off for whatever reason, compromise and say, okay, then I'll have Thanksgiving, you'll do Christmas, or maybe I'll do Christmas and you keep them for the week throughout the new year. Single moms, sometimes we know that the fathers have more of a leeway when we're looking at the bigger picture, like the statistics of it. We're the nurturers and we keep them most of the time. There are a lot of fathers that are single fathers as well, but we keep them most of the time. So when the father's doing an effort, let's do it. Now, my issue is also with the bitter baby mamas that still want the father, and now the children are suffering because you mad. So again, this is not for the women that have to go on child support. This is not for the women that they really do have deadbeat baby fathers, because there are deadbeat baby fathers. It's for the one specifically who's choosing to leave the father out of the child's life because you mad. Because he has a new girlfriend, because he doesn't want to be with you, because he didn't marry you. Baby girl, a baby is never going to trap a man. It's actually going to run him away even faster. So if your relationship and your love is not based on something that's going to last, a baby's not going to make that happen. And now you can't use this child as a weapon when the only person you're hurting is the kid. You're also hurting him because he actually wants to be. Again, this is for the parents and the fathers that want to be in their life, not taking away from the deadbeats that don't want to be. The ones that want to be a part of that life, give them the chance. There's not an amount of money that replaces what a father is to a kid. If you have to deal with the money aspect of it, that's fine, but do not separate a father and a child only because you're mad, or because you're trying to get more money, or because you don't want them with their new girlfriend, or because you don't like that they're living better than you, or for whatever the reason is. Let the father be in the life of that child and let them be able to provide the way that they know how to provide, period. And if you have to deal with the money aspect, deal with that separately, but don't take away the time and the love of that father, and just don't take it away. And I feel like you guys are really shitty people. So when you ask me, do I know anyone? I'm like, I don't think I would associate with a woman that does something like that. Yeah. And it happened to me when I was early 20s. There was a girl. She asked me to go to court with her to get more child support from her baby father. And he would keep the kid literally half of the week. And he works in a business where it's mostly cash, so he doesn't have to put everything in. So the court decided that he was going to give her $100 a month. And he does keep the kid half of the week. So it's a 50-50 split with the child's time. And she was getting $100 a month for it. So she's like, I want more. And I said, you want more for what? You know, he keeps the kid like every weekend. Like, I think it was like Friday through Monday. Something along those lines. So it was a 50-50 even split every week. So you need to take care of your half and he takes care of his half. Why should there be any more child support? You know? So I said to her, I'm not doing it. Wow. I'm not. Like, your child is good with you. Your child is good with him. It is not the father's responsibility. Just because they got you pregnant, that don't mean he's going to take care of you. Now, he's not going to pay your rent. You know? He's paying his rent for his child to live under. You're paying your rent for you and your child to live in. Like, it went 50-50. Y'all fucked each other. So I don't agree with somebody taking a father to child support just because you want money to take care of yourself. No, that's not the way it works, and it shouldn't work that way. So I wouldn't associate. And if a woman were to ask me for advice to get more from a father that's already doing something, I wouldn't help you. And I don't think any friends. So if you have a friend or a family member that's doing this, talk to them and let them know what they're doing is pretty fucking shitty, because we as women have to stand up to the women that are doing this already, because men are going to talk about it and we're going to just call them bitter men. You know, if we have to stand up to our women and tell them, don't do this. This is wrong. And I do it. So I hope y'all do it as well, because it's stupid. And I don't like to see kids out here not having their fathers just because you're mad. And they could be a great father. So that is my shit talk. What?
I feel like you talked about this before.
I did.
On a previous episode.
Yeah, I talked about it when it was because someone had messaged me saying that they were upset that the dad wanted to take the kid for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. So it's like, that's why I'm revamping this again. But now with the fact that
you could take that out.
Oh, no, it's fine. With this, no. I said it when I first started talking, because I have talked about it. I talked about it last year during the holiday time. And I don't want women thinking like, oh, he can't see him for Christmas. It don't matter. But my issue now is seeing all these kids that want to be with their fathers that want to be with their kids and they can't just because the mom is mad for whatever, like a personal reason between mom and dad that has nothing to do with the kid.
I will say this. I think even if it is a 50-50 like custody split, if one person has a much better standard of living because their income is higher, they should have to help the other person out. Like the child shouldn't have to live in a high rise one day and the ghetto the next.
Why?
Because it's not fair to the child. It's two extreme different environments. It's just not fair. That's my opinion.
I don't agree with that one.
I don't think it creates a good environment for them.
No, I don't. I think if someone lives in a high rise, for sure they shouldn't have them in the hood, like where there's like drive-by shootings or whatever.
But if it's just a 50-50 split and that's truly what one and the other can afford, if you're not requiring the one who's making more money to help out, then that's what the situation
But now
would
we're
be.
helping out the parent, not the kid.
Yeah. Well,
because
no,
the kid has
the kid has to live in the house with that parent in the ghetto
with roof and food and shoot. They have everything that they need.
They have everything that they need, but at the same time, it is going to do something to them to be in two extreme environments and basically have to take on two different identities because of what they're dealing with in those extreme environments.
I think that's why some women,
and that does happen when, let's just say, for example, a football player fucks like some ratchet girl he meets in the club. Like that is definitely a situation that could happen. And in those types of instances, I do feel like even if it's a 50-50 custody split, if one person is living significantly better than the other, they should have to help that person out financially.
Nah.
That's just my thoughts.
So wait, so if you, let's say right now you have as a woman, you're financially way better and you're in a 50-50 split, you would put him in a different place?
I don't know. I can't determine what he does with the money, but I would feel like even if it was the woman who was living a lot better, they should have to give something to the man, whoever the parent is who's in that mutt. And I'm saying it's like a drastic situation. You know what I mean? Like one person's making a lot more than the other one. So that child is exposed to two extremely different environments. I feel like one parent should have to give child support to the other one. I think so. Even if it is the woman.
Yeah, no. You better get to working, sir.
Yeah. Like, I think that happened with Kevin Federline and Britney Spears. She had to pay him.
Spousal support.
No, I think for the kids, too. For child support.
They were married.
Yeah, but, I mean, when they separated.
Right, but that was a marriage.
Oh, marriage or no marriage. You still had a kid.
Nah. Marriage is completely different. Yeah, I think that's why they have spousal support. It's like child support is for the child. And if the child has everything they need, it's like, yeah, when they come over here, it's going to be a little bit better because I worked my ass off to have what I have.
Yeah. No.
I ain't going to give that shit to you. Damn show. Let Alex in a couple years, when I'm super popping, tell me that I got to give him child support because he want to keep Ayana half the time. I whoop his ass. Hell no. Anyways, I did have this book this whole time here because I started reading it again. You're a Badass by Jen Sincero, and says how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. I really like this book, and they never read it. No, they have it on Audible. And you guys,
I can't believe you actually have a paper book.
I actually have a few, and I think I want to start.
I prefer books, but I thought you always listen.
I do, so I actually will listen on Audible and read the book at the same time. Is that weird?
Yes, that's very weird.
Well, I like to listen to the voice of the author. So it's like I feel like they have certain sentiments with the way that they say things. Again, why I switched from a blog to a podcast, because I wanted to like speak what I felt, and I think they do that when they read it. So I actually do have it on my Audible, and I have the book as well. It was cheap. We found it, I think, at the dollar store. It was a mistake, but
the book was at the dollar store.
Yeah, something. I don't know why.
That's a very popular book.
Very, very popular. I'm thinking someone like it was only one, so I don't think it meant
somebody left their book in there.
You know what? But we paid for it.
Oh, okay. If it rang up, then
yeah, they had a thing. Yeah, that we paid for it. And it was Dollar General, so I don't even think it was $1. They had like a little book thing, but whatever. If you want to listen to it like the way that I like to listen to it, you can go to audibletrial.com/shit I'm 30, and you'll get a free trial. They do ask for your credit card information. You have the free month and you have a credit that you can use. The book will always be yours. You decide at the end of that month if you want to keep it or not and whether you want to get charged for the following month and get another credit. Like the books are usually like between 18 and 20 something dollars. But when you have the membership, it's $14.95 and you get whatever book you want for $14.95. So if let's say this one is $30,
so it's
one book a month. But if this one is usually $30, you're getting it for the $14.95 on Audible. So that's shit. audibletrial.com/shit I'm 30 and you can get your free copy. Just because I haven't been reading recently.
I haven't either. I was reading the beginning of the year and then
I was doing between this one and The Tethered Soul. I wanted Untethered Soul.
Where did I hear that? Reading.
Probably from me.
Yeah.
I posted about it a few times.
Oprah's book club or something?
I'm not sure. But that was another one. So I'll post them both and you guys can go ahead and use your free trial on that and get the book. Again, you don't have to commit to paying every month $14.95. It'll be free and you keep the book forever, which is the best part. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, Dexty, for coming in. Fun. Do you have any businesses or things that you want people to do or go check out or website or anything like that? I don't know. I know you'd be like quiet about your stuff. No? Y'all don't look for her on social media because she ain't around. If you contact
me about something, then fucking, if I answer your questions, like fucking respond. Even saying, okay, thank you, that doesn't work for me. Like, oh God, it drives me so crazy.
Yeah, that's annoying. Well, I'm glad to have her back and I will see you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.